Hello, welcome to TubeTalk.
Thanks, Doug. Welcome back to you too. How's your first week back at school been?
Oh, so hard. No, it's been fine.
So hard because you actually haven't been at school. You've been at home. But you have been doing your schoolwork.
Yeah, getting good words.
How's your first game of cricket on Saturday?
It was amazing. I didn't have one.
Yeah, because it didn't happen. Well, let's talk racing. We've got a very, very exciting week ahead.
And a big week. But starting last week, Hasbro was a very good winner.
He was super winner. Great ride from Jake Lowry. Got out, pushed his way out, counted to 5, went and won well. He is a very good chance in the Group 2 Copeland's Mile on the 10th of November.
Skyman was an excellent second.
He was a really good second. We just got tripped up by the fact that the favourite and leader jogged in front and then sprinted and made it very, very difficult to actually make ground and catch him. But we made good ground to run second. He's going really well. He'll run on Melbourne Cup Day in a listed 1800 metre race with 175,000. Then after that, we'll probably look at the Ballarat Cup, which is a $500,000 2,000 metre race for him.
Alan Alicera was a good third.
Yeah, he was a really good third. He, his last start is his only aberration this preparation. He just got on the rail and got held up and things didn't go right for him. But on Saturday, he got back off a slow tempo, but he finished off really well for third. He was one of the few horses to make ground from the back, and he's progressing and he should be hard to beat when he runs at New Zealand Cup Week.
Moving on to this week on Thursday at Te Aroha Race 2 is Miss Ella.
Really excited for her to kick off her career. Filly we've got a lot of time for. She's won 3 of her 4 trials. Nice barrier draw. Wouldn't want the track getting too wet. She's an on top of the ground horse, so hopefully the weather holds off. 1,000 metres isn't really her go either. She'll be, she's bred to get an oak strip and certainly a mile. So the 1,000 metres is against her, but expected to run very, very well. She's talented.
Race 4 is Barrow Boy.
Yeah, nice horse. Good trial winner at Taupo. He's just a bit, switches on and off a bit, and I think we might need to put some headgear on him at some point. But first up, we're not going to do that. He's got a nice barrier draw. 1,400 metres will be, he's going to get out over quite a trip. So 1,400 metres is short enough for him. But he can settle up handy and run a really nice race. But I think once we apply headgear, you'll see him improve lengths.
And race 8 is Divine Sava.
Very talented filly. 5th first up, beaten a length over 1,000 metres, shut out of the gap late in the race. 1,000 metres was way too short for her. She gets up to 1,200 metres here. She'll probably settle midfield. She'll be finishing off well, and she's a very, very good each way chance.
And then on Friday at New Plymouth, race 1 is Margaret Jean.
Comeback super. 4th and 2nd from her 2 starts. She was only beaten narrowly last start. Step up to 2,000 metres is ideal. What isn't ideal is it looks like the track's going to be heavy, and she really wants a better track than that. But first race of the day will probably run her. The track conditions are really the only concern. If she copes with them, she's a really, really good chance. She's a very progressive stayer. If she doesn't, then we'll have to wait for a better track another day, but she's going really well. She's in for a great prep.
And then race 6 is She's Apples.
Probably having her last run for this campaign. Stepping up to a mile, the heavy track won't bother her. Barrier 1 might be a problem by the time we get round to her race if the inside's off. We've kept her at 1,400 metres, but she's hard fit now, so the mile should be okay for her. And if she gets a nice run in transit, she's a good each way chance.
Then on Saturday at Awapuni, race 1 is Silky Red Fox.
Yeah, we've been waiting for better track conditions for him, and they haven't come. Hopefully it's not too bad at Awapuni on Saturday, because we really need to be pressing on with him. I think probably even if it is a slow 7, 8, 9, we're probably going to have to run him just because we need to be moving forward. So I expect him, his work's been good, I expect him to run really well. He was 5th fresh up. I expect him to improve on that, but track conditions are the key. If he gets a reasonable track, he'll run well.
Race 6, Rock Island Line.
He was given just a little freshen up after the Group 3 Murometric Mile, and he's back in for a couple of runs before we tip him out for summer. He should get a suitable track with a bit of give in it. Barrier 8 of 10 isn't ideal. The 1400 metres is perfect. It's his favourite distance. He'll get back in the field. It's quite a strong field to have Max in it. Kozusano in, and he'll be doing his best work late.
And then moving on to that Tauranga, race 3 is Raposa Repeater.
Barrier 1, he's fresh up with 60 kilos. 1200 metres is short of his best distance. Track conditions are the biggest concern. He's trialled up enormous. If he struck a dead track here, he'd be a winning chance. If it gets into the slow range, he probably can't win, but he can run well. And if it gets worse than that, we'll probably be scratching him. So it's a nice race to kick off on, but track conditions are the key. But he's coming up super.
And race 6 is Starry Beale.
A stayer resuming. Again, he wants a good track. He's probably not going to get it, but over a mile first up is short of his best distance. So he should be hitting the line well, but he is a horse that you'll back when he gets onto a better track and he gets up to 2,000 metres. At
Rosehill, race 2, we have Lord Ardmore and Mighty Beale.
Yeah, so Lord Ardmore backing up from last week. He was good last week. He had to get back last on a moderate tempo. Very hard to make ground. He did. His best work was late coming down the outside. Up to 1900 metres this week suits. He's got barrier 1, which really suits. He'll be able to sit a lot handier from barrier 1 and relax, and you'll see him improve quite a bit going up to this distance. He'll be well over the odds, but he's coming up well and improving with every run. Mighty Beale won his last 2 in a row. Very exciting staying horse going forward. Hugh Bowman on board. From the barrier, he'll probably get back, but he's very good. He'll be very hard to beat. Very hard to beat.
And then race 7 is a tissue.
In the $7.5 million Golden Eagle. Fantastic. Really exciting. Really exciting to have her in this race. And she's in with a live chance. She's good enough to be there, to be running for this kind of money. For the owners, for everyone, for her to have the class is really exciting. Unfortunately, we've got barrier 18. She'll come into 15 with scratchings. So we'll ride her a bit differently than we did in the Epsom. We'll allow her to find her feet, get back, get some cover. And that means we're going to be dictated to by the tempo. If it's a slow tempo, it means she can't win. But if it's a strong tempo, it gives her a chance. And some of the better horses have also drawn wide, so there should be some horses there to follow into the race, to start tracking them in from the 600. She's got a devastating finish. Put blinkers on for the start. Not that she, I guess, has needed them, but we just thought going into a $7.5 million race, if it just gets another length out of her, that could be the difference between first and third. So blinkers going on, she worked well in them this week.
And then on Sunday at Ashburton, race 8 is Pull Your Socks Up.
Yeah, so she's needed to do 2 runs this time in. Don't worry about her form line 0-0. She's needed both runs, and at the end of her last run, she was actually closing well. Nice race for her, good barrier draw 4, claiming 3 kilos off. She gets down to 56 kilos. Probably her favourite distance of 1400 metres. I think she'll run really well. I think she's a really nice each way chance. After this, she goes to a stakes race, and I expect her to be right in the thick of it. Ignore her form line, have a little bet on her.
Yep, and then moving on to bid of the week after a massive week. And bid of the week at Rosehill, race 5 is Gold Trip.
So this is the horse we tipped in the Cox Plate last week, and he was late scratched. And of course, another import won the Cox Plate as we saw, state of rest, and this horse was rated higher than him. So he goes to the Rosehill Gold Cup. He's got a bit of weight to carry, 61 kilos, but he's got a lot of class. I think people might not know how to place him after he was scratched in the Gold Cup, but they wouldn't be in the Cox Plate, but they wouldn't be lining him up if he wasn't well and ready to run well. So I think he'll be over the odds, and I think he's an excellent bet in this race.
So that is our bit of the week, and that concludes TubeTalk.
It does, and I think, Doug, maybe on Monday we should do a little Melbourne Cup preview for everyone. Do a special TubeTalk.
Cheeky Melbourne Cup preview.
Cheeky Melbourne Cup preview.
Yeah.
So have a good weekend. See you Monday. Go a tissue.
Go a tissue.
Mackay Diva still well back on the inside as they come to the turn, followed by Diesel, Rise On, Hugs, Dancer, Vouvray, Excellent and Kamska towards the end, like a falcon coming around them, and Franklin's Gardens has dropped out. 500 left to go, coming around the home turn now. Portland Singer got to the lead from Mr. Celebrity. Eye-Popper's running on, and then Strasbourg. Back behind those horses now as they come down the straight was Vinnie Rowe, and back behind them here's Maccabi Diva. A nation roars for a hero. She's starting to wind up. 300 left to go now. Maccabi Diva's racing up. Envoy's trying to go with her. They've got to Portland Singer and Lachlan River. Here comes Like a Pelford and Excellent, but Maccabi Diva clear with 100 metres to go. Excellent runs to second. Olajoon runs on, but a champion becomes a legend. Maccabi Diva has won it.